sucks.
You're listening to The Chris Carlisle Show, hosted by me, Chris Carlisle. Hey, I'm Chris Carlisle, and welcome to the latest edition of The Chris Carlisle Show. I went to Memphis in 2014 and Seattle back in July, and I want to tell you about going to the Memphis Rock and Soul Museum and Pike Place Market in Seattle. Plus a look at what's on television, birthdays, news, sports, another story from my Chicken Soup for the Soul book, look at the number one songs from Elvis, and some other legends who started in Memphis, and a tongue twister. They're having the Central Texas Brawl Brunch to benefit the American Cancer Society on Tuesday, October 4th from 11:30 in the morning until 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the Bell County Expo Center in Belton, Texas. The brunch will have a Star Wars theme, with a runway show where the models are dressed as stormtroopers and wearing bras. You might want to go online for more information. Okay, now I want to tell you about going to the Memphis Rock and Soul Museum and Pike Place Market in Seattle. First, I want to tell you about the Memphis Rock and Soul Museum, which is on Beale Street next to the FedEx Forum, the home of the Memphis Grizzlies of the National Basketball Association. Earlier in that day, I went and toured the Sun Studio and I ate some barbecued ribs at the Blue City Cafe, also on Beale Street. The museum opened in April of 2000 and has had over 1 million visitors and offers a comprehensive Memphis music experience. Its main exhibit about the birth of rock and soul music was created by the Smithsonian Institution and tells the story of music pioneers who overcame racial and socioeconomic barriers to create the music that shook the world. It takes you from the rural field haulers and sharecroppers of the 1930s through the explosion of Sun, Stax, and High Records, Memphis's musical heyday of the 70s, to its global influence of music today. Now, as you walk through the museum, you can get a player with an audio tour containing 300 minutes of information and over 100 songs. Okay, okie dokie, next is on to the Pike Place Market in Seattle, Washington. Went up to Seattle for a wedding back in July. One of the places I went to was the Pike Place Market, which was founded in 1907 and overlooks the Elliott Bay waterfront on Puget Sound. It's Seattle's most popular tourist destination and serves as a place of business for many small farmers, craftspeople, and merchants. Some of the shops there are Martin Family Orchards, Animal Gift and Collectibles, The Soapbox, Constantino's Produce, Just Horsing Around, Cobb's Popcorn, Truffle Queen, and Rachel's Ginger Beer. My sister and niece were with me. Was my nephew, my sister's son, getting married, and we saw the fishmongers throwing the fish at Pike Place Fish Market. We also saw some giant rats playing guitar. Okay, here's what's on TV. The season premiere of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the series premiere of Hostages, and the season finale of Resident Alien. That's on Wednesday. And if you listen to the show when it drops on Wednesday, it's tonight. Thursday, season premiere of Welcome to Flatch, season premiere of Young Sheldon, the season premiere of Call Me Kat, and the series premiere of So Help Me Todd. On Friday, the season premiere of Gold Rush, and college football as Houston hosts Tulane, and UCLA hosts Washington. On Saturday, the season premiere of Saturday Night Live in Austin City Limits. On Sunday, the series premiere of Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire. The season premiere of The Equalizer. And the NFL football has the Minnesota Vikings playing the New Orleans Saints in London. On Monday, it's the season premiere of The Good Doctor. And on Tuesday, the series finale of Leonardo.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy
Okay. Actress Bridget Bardot. Actor Joel Higgins. Actress Bernie Watson. Actress Janine Garofalo. Actress Mira Sorvino. Actress Moon Unit Zappa. TV personality Am Margera. Singer Jerry Lee Lewis. Actor Ian McShane. TV personality Bryant Gumbel. Actor Drake Hodgson. Comedian Andrew Dice Clay. Actress Jill Whalen. Actress Sarah Kalaniak. Actress Angie Dickinson. Singer Cissy Houston. Singer Johnny Mathis. Singer Marilyn McCoo. Country singer Deborah Allen. Actor Barry Williams. Country singer Marty Stewart. Actress Fran Dresser. Actress Crystal Bernard. Actor Eric Stoltz. Actress Jenna Elfman. Actress Lacey Chabert. Robert T-Pain. Singer and actress Julie Andrews. Actress Stella Stevens. Actor Randy Quaid. Model Cindy Merlolis. Actress Brie Larson. Singer Don McLean. Actor Avery Brooks. Actress and talk show host Kelly Ripa. Actress Lorraine Bracco. Singer Tiffany. Singer Chubby Checker. Singer and guitarist Lindsey Buckingham. Actor and singer Jack Wagner. Drummer Tommy Lee. Actress Janelle Maloney. Singer Gwen Stefani. Actress Neve Campbell. Actress Lena Headey. Singer and actress Ashley Simpson. Actress Susan Sarandon. Actor Armand Asante. Actor Christoph Waltz. Producer Russell Simmons. Actress Alicia Silverstone. Actress Rachel Lee Cook. Actress Melissa Benoist. And actress Dakota Johnson have birthdays coming up. Okay, here's something I found from the Good News Network. A police dog from Scotland, who has saved 38 lives over an 8-year career, retired in June and was honored at the Thin Blue Paw Awards last week. The dog, a German Shepherd who was named Luna, got to go on a trip to the beach with her handler, Scottish police officer Linda McBride. In sports, the Astros beat the Orioles 11-10 on Saturday to win their 100th game of the season, becoming the first team in American League history to win 100 games 4 times in a span of 5 full seasons. Another story from my book, Read, Laugh, Repeat, 101 Laugh Out Loud Stories from the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. The story is called Surviving the Honeymoon. And then a wife talks about driving to the Florida Everglades after spending a few days in Orlando where she and her husband came across an alligator on the road. It was midnight and they were testing their tolerance of nature and each other. After the gator slithered away, her husband got some mosquito spray out of the trunk and started to spray it on some mosquitoes flying around their headlights. That's when she heard "poop," an inhuman scream and the clank of the can hitting the asphalt. Her husband sprayed DEET in his eyes, but he assured her he was okay. When they got to the campground, they found that there was a kiosk still managed by a ranger. The ranger unrolled the screen, stuck out his head, and told them the skeeter was the official bird of the Everglades. Her husband paid for the campsite. Her husband talked about always wanting to go to the Everglades, and he was happy to do so on his honeymoon with his new wife. As soon as they stopped, they got out of the car. They heard an audible buzz surrounding them, so they hurried to get the tarp and the tent out of the car and rushed to get them both unfurled. They struggled to coordinate their efforts as the mosquitoes started to dive bomb, biting their lips and eyelids. They coughed as the mosquitoes flew into their noses and throats. Her husband fluttered his arms while he was trying to assemble the tent. They heard a crack as the main pole broke in half. She thought about going back to the car, but her husband said the car had been compromised. Gallantly, her husband held the tent high, and she was able to deck in safely, pulling in the air mattress and sleeping bags. She fumbled with the air pump while her husband jerried the tent. Once they got inside, they didn't even bother with the sleeping bags, instead of laying face down on the air mattress. There was a moment of silence, and then she heard a hiss. Her souvenir just married pin had punctured the mattress. Her body was covered in mosquito bites, and the tent was about to collapse on them. She lay quietly next to her new husband, wondering how they had gotten into such a mess. Once things had settled down, they could hear the sounds of wildlife around them. They heard buzzing things, chirping things, a trickle of water not far away, and something sound that she didn't want to consider. There were moving shadows cast by moonlight on every side of the tent, and they heard some growling. She thought alligators were outside her tent. Her husband apologized for bringing her there, but she told him that she had agreed to come, that she wanted to have an adventure for her honeymoon. And she said that she remembered the till death do us part of the wedding vows. She thought it might be a very short marriage. All night the sounds of the gators running around kept her awake, thinking of glory death awaited on the other side of the flimsy nylon membrane. The next morning they woke up to an incredible scene, a world far beyond Earth, full of strange mangrove trees, birds with brilliant plumage swooped from branch to branch. There were spider webs glistening in the sun, and butterflies in jewel tones. They cinched up their hoodies, rushed to the car, and drove over to the visitor center. A professional photographer and his wife were there to walk a wooden path right into the swamp. They were dressed in hesitative screening, just like she and her husband should have been. The ranger advised them if to rid their car of mosquitoes, they should drive 30 miles an hour and then open both doors to let the wind suck them out. She said the center's best feature was a large diorama of Everglades wildlife, where they could push a button and hear the animal and watch it light up. Her husband was fascinated by the display, pushing every button. That sounds like me at a museum. Then she heard the growl that she had been praying the rosary at 2 o'clock in the morning about. Her husband pulled her close to him, and he asked her if that was the animal they heard during the night. She said it was. I guess the alligator light wasn't working. Turned out the sound she heard was a bullfrog. She also asked about the shadow walking by the tent, and her husband figured it was a raccoon. She wrote when she looked back on their honeymoon, she remembered the amusement park, the lovely diners, and pina coladas in the Keys, and she also remembered sitting next to her husband and realizing they had survived an adventure together, and if anyone asked her why she would go to the Everglades in June, she said it was her husband's lifelong wish to see them. Now, not only did Elvis Presley get his start in Memphis, he was from there, of course, but so did other legends like Jerry Lee Lewis and Johnny Cash. Here's some of the number one songs. Elvis had 18 number one hits, including only 5 in 1956 when he was 21. They were Heartbreak Hotel, I Want You, I Need You, I Love You, Don't Be Cruel, Hound Dog, and Love Me Tender. Jerry Lee Lewis had 12 number one hits, including Whole Lot of Shaking Going On and Great Balls of Fire. Johnny Cash had 13 number one hits, including I Walk the Line, There You Go, Ballad of a Teenage Queen, Guess Things Happen That Way, Don't Take Your Guns to Town, Ring of Fire, Daddy Sing Bass, as well as live recordings of Folsom Prison Blues and A Boy Named Sue. Another legend had a number one song recording starting off in Memphis was Carl Perkins. He had the number one song Blue Suede Shoes. Right next to him, tried to do a tongue twister. Okay, here's a tongue twister I found online. It says, a tutor who tutored the flute tried to teach two young tutors to toot. Said the two to the tutor, is it harder to toot or to tutor two tutors to toot? A tutor who tutored the flute tried to teach two youngers to toot. Said the two to the tutor, is it harder to toot or to tutor two tutors to toot? A tutor who tutored the flute tried to teach two young tutors to toot. Said the two tutor to the tutors, is it harder to toot or tutor two tutors to toot? That was a mouthful. Anyway, before I go, there's a podcast I want to recommend. It's called The Friendship Onion, hosted by actors Dominic Monaghan and Billy Boyd, who played the hobbits Merry and Pippin in the Lord of the Rings movies. By the way, I saw one of their podcasts on YouTube last night, and they did a tongue twister. That's why I got me the idea for this. They probably did a little better than I did. Anyway, on the podcast, they talk about their time working on the old TR trilogy. They taste foods from different parts of the world. They have guests on. They had Elijah Wood on the second episode. They also had Sean Astin and a few others on. You can find it on Spotify, Audible, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, and Podchaser. Well, that's it for this week. Now I'm going to be taking some vacation time next week from my day job. So I'll be back the following week, where for the month of October, for Halloween, we're going to take a look at some stories from a book I have, actually about haunted forts in my home state of Texas. and other strange happenings in the Lone Star State. Leave a like and a review, and be sure to follow. Until then, bye. Oh, one more thing. I found the story. The story was Surviving the Honeymoon was submitted by Robin Jankovics on the book Read, Laugh Out Loud, Repeat. 101 stories was part of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. I found the tongue twister on Reader's Digest, their website, and I watched the Friendship Onion video on Monday night. And I believe the Elijah Wood episode was on their third episode. Anyway, goodbye again. Hi, I'm Chris, and thank you for listening to my podcast, The Chris Carlisle Show. The Chris Carlisle Show is available on Spreaker. Please leave a like and a review, and also a follow. It's also available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Podchaser, and Podcast Addict. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.